Yes, so welcome everyone. So Ravi ji, have you got anything? Ravi ji and Aradhana, would you like to share anything that you have been reading or would like to share?
मैं कुछ नहीं कहना चाहूँगा, मगर मुझे बस एक बात कहनी है। मैं बचपन में मेरी माँ बड़ी पूजा पाठ करती थी, तो अब चाहे उसको किसी भी सेंस में लें तो हम और मेरा छोटे भाई हम सारे दिन ये गाते रहते थे कि आत्मज्ञान बिना सब सूना क्या मथुरा क्या काशी। शायद ये कबीर की ही वाणी है। और फिर वहीं लौट के मैं अपने उसी टॉपिक पे आ जाऊँगा। आत्मज्ञान मीन्स स्पिरिचुअलिटी में जब तक हम नहीं जाएँगे, तब तक मैं नहीं समझता कि कुछ भी हाथ लगे। और मतलब जो मेरा मेन हमेशा एम्फसाइज मैं करता हूँ, वो कोशिश रहती है कि हम लोग स्पिरिचुअलिटी की तरफ, हालांकि वो एक दिन का काम नहीं है, वो सब समझ में आ गया किताब को पढ़ने के बाद। वो स्टेप बाय स्टेप ऑटोमेटिकली हमारे शरीर के अंदर वो चीजें डेवलप होती हैं। और मगर हमें इस चीज का हमेशा ध्यान रखना चाहिए और इसी चीज पे जोर देना चाहिए, जो मेरा अपना फेवरेट सब्जेक्ट, जो मेरी अपनी सोच है, जिसमें मैं जी रहा हूँ और मैं बहुत कुछ उसको जीने की कोशिश कर रहा हूँ और मैं प्रैक्टिकली भी उसको कर रहा हूँ। तो सबसे हाथ जोड़ के बस यही प्रार्थना है कि हम इसी चीज पे रहें, कि जो हमारा स्टाफ है, जो हमारे वर्कर्स हैं, जो हमारे आसपास के लोग हैं, एटलीस्ट उनको तो हम मतलब बहुत अच्छी तरीके से उनके साथ व्यवहार करें। और मैं एक चीज और सुनाना चाहूंगा कि एक बार मैं जगजीत सिंह की लाइफ हिस्ट्री सुन रहा था, उनकी उनकी पुण्यतिथि के ऊपर। तो जगजीत सिंह जी अपने स्टाफ को बहुत मतलब फेवर करते थे, और उनके सबके मकान वकान और ये वो खाना पीना सब, और बहुत ज्यादा देखभाल करते थे। तो एटलीस्ट कम से कम कुछ नहीं करे तो आज हमारे जो बैंक बैलेंस में लाखों करोड़ों रुपए पड़े हुए हैं, तो एटलीस्ट कम से कम हम उस चीज को वहां जाके इस्तेमाल तो करें। क्या होगा इससे? सब सब खत्म हो जाएगा। सब कितना ही कर ले हम, कुछ होना हमारा थोड़ी है। आप ये 2 रोटी खाएं या 5 स्टार में जाके 200 रुपए की एक रोटी खाएं। मगर हमें इन लोगों पे विशेष ध्यान देना चाहिए, जो जितने एटलीस्ट हमारे टच में हैं। और ये हमारी मॉरल ड्यूटी बनती है कि हम मॉरल क्या, सारा ही मतलब कोई हमारा वो कर्तव्य शब्द नहीं, कर्तव्य तो बहुत गंदा शब्द है। मतलब वो एक ह्यूमन नेचर होता है, एक फिनोमिना है, नेचुरल फिनोमिना है कि हमें उनके लिए सोचना करना और उनके लिए जान देना चाहिए और उनके बारे में दिन रात सोचना चाहिए, अपने बच्चों के अलावा या अपने परिवार के अलावा। क्योंकि मैंने पिछली बार भी शेयर करा था, जब वो फ्राइडे सर्किल वाली में, कि मदर ने कहा चैरिटी बिगन्स फ्रॉम होम। मदर ने कहा कि मैं ये बात नहीं मानती। तो हम अपने परिवार के, अपने भाई बहन भतीजों के लिए करते, इसके अलावा हम अपने और लोगों के लिए भी देखे करें। तो बस ये मेरी एक भावना है। आशा है आप मुझे समझ रही होंगी। थैंक्स।
Thank you for sharing. Yeah, Aradhana ji and Taru, would you like to share anything?
जस्ट मोनिका, अभी मैंने कुछ टाइम पहले ये कबीर जी का एक छोटी सी 2 लाइनें पढ़ी थी। कबीरा यह तन जात है, सके तो ठोर लगा, कई सेवा कर साधु की, कोई गोविंद गुण गा। समहाउ मुझे यही लगा कि हम अपना ध्यान कहाँ इधर उधर लगाते रहते हैं, कि कभी रिश्तेदारियों में, कभी बच्चों में, कभी मतलब अपने साथ नहीं जुड़ते हैं। तो गोविंद गुण का मतलब मुझको ये लगता है ये नहीं कि ठीक है वो सुबह शाम पूजा करना मैं भी करती हूँ, एक रिचुअल है, बट कि आप माला जप रहे हो, व्रत रख रहे हो, बट उतनी देर कर लिया फिर खत्म हो गया, चलो जी आज की रिचुअल पूरी हो गई, टिक हो गया एक थिंग। इट इज जस्ट लाइक ऑलवेज इन रिमेम्बरेंस काइंड ऑफ थिंग टू रिमेन इन दैट। तो मैंने जब ये पढ़ा 1-2 दिन पहले, तो इट रियली टच्ड मी। या that's all.
Yeah.
और फिर वही एक भजन जो मैंने लास्ट टाइम भी मेंशन किया था, भजन बिना मन बावरे, somehow it has really touched me in so many ways. So it's always been that remembrance thing. Yeah.
Yeah, hi.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I had come across this very interesting, like not that any, like, कोई interesting नहीं भी होता, but जैसे मांगन मरण समान है, मत मांगो कोई भीख, मांगन से मरना भला, ये सद्गुरु की सीख. So somehow I have this memory कि मैंने कहीं बचपन में, like in my school, I have heard this. And then I remember I had taken it literally as begging, right? Like people who beg on streets, that's not good and begging is not good. So I remember there was some curiosity, if they can't, why is it that bad, types, kinds, whatever. But when I came across this week, I realized how he's talking about a regular begging that we do every day, right? With our begging bowls and stuff, with this expectations and everything. So it just was nice for me to see how restricted or how expanded. And of course, I know there would be so many other ways of seeing it, like things that I am yet to see. But it like, yeah, so it was really beautiful कि इससे अच्छा तो है ना मर जाओ, like मांगन से मरना भला, ये सद्गुरु की सीख.
ये वाला थोड़ा बताओ. I would like to reflect upon this one कि इससे अच्छा तो मर जाओ. Why?
Because आप फिर वो मर ही रहे होते हो ना, in the sense कि you are living every time when you are sitting outside with a begging bowl कि कोई तो कुछ डाल देगा, and with different everywhere, right? Like somewhere you are putting, somewhere you are taking, like. तो उसमें यही है कि what I understand is कि living such a life, it's better that you move out of it. Like इससे better तो जो ये transactions की वो है, जैसे बाजार जिसमें है कि मरने से, what I understand is कि it's better, obviously, मतलब if one can do it, one does it. But इससे अच्छा तो you rather die one time than living, because not getting when you want is extremely excruciatingly painful. Like not maybe physically also, but mentally, emotionally, when you feel that one should give, like ऐसा लगता है कि क्यों नहीं type ना, like we often discuss कि there are some moments that we have lived, right, and we keep wanting to feel what we have felt in those moments, like we have discussed that. तो उसी की चाह में जो हम वापस वहीं पे खड़े रहते हैं, तो उससे it's better that one time you rather die than. That's what I understood, but of course why you would.
Yeah. जब हम मांगते हैं, so the springing up of मांगना is coming from a belief that I am incomplete. Only then I would waste a whole life in mangna, the begging bowl that you shared, hai na? So whenever I fall into a state of begging, it's actually coming from this belief that if that external thing happens, I will be fulfilled. So it is kind of accentuating or aggrandizing the belief that I am incomplete, and that is falsehood. Because we are not incomplete, we are true, full in ourselves. That shlok from Ishavasya Upanishad, Purnamidam wala jo shlok hai. So we actually become anti our nature, our truth, in the moments of those begging. As you said, it's not that begging, it's emotional begging, that you want some other person to fulfill your whatever demand, expectation, and only then you will be content. So we are actually becoming anti nature. It's not our nature, and that's why mother calls it a falsehood. That this living in ego is falsehood, because ego springs up from that incompletion. That incompletion is ego, because I am buying into a belief that I am incomplete if I don't get this in my life. But that is falsehood, because I am not incomplete. And that is why I think, yeah, just kind of elaborating further on it, that isse acha to, that you better get a new life, not worth wasting a life like this. It's actually wasting a life totally. And in those moments where I am going through, as you said, excruciating pain, believing that I am incomplete without that external thing happening. Yeah. So in that moment of begging externally, I am completely ignoring the truth of my being. And that is what we call as ignorance. It's just a false belief that I have bought into, that मेरा तभी कुछ हो सकता है जब मुझे ये मिल जाए. So I am ignoring the fact that I have been complete, and I will be complete. Nothing can be lost from my essence. Nothing can be lost from who I am truly. And that's as good as you are not even there. You're not realizing who you truly are. So as good as dead.
And I think something that's a bit painful is that, that is kind of how you're supposed to also told to kind of role, in the world. This is how the whole, this give and take is kind of propagated, right? Like, this is what you will give me, like whole society kind of, it's the base of that. So one doesn't even know that one is begging. One doesn't even know that it is something that you have
Feels
a
like a
choice
norm.
not to do.
Feels like a norm. Yeah.
Now feels like a norm, that doesn't feel it's a negative thing. Like I said, I could not relate the begging to that begging, because this seems like, yeah, okay, ye to ek way of life hai, right? Like one doesn't even. Yeah. So there was one more, but if anybody has any comments before that. Okay, so the other one was, this is like a very, very popular one that I think almost everybody must have heard. ऐसी बानी बोलिए मन का आपा खोए औरन को शीतल करे आपहु शीतल होए. So I just wanted to request you to just elaborate on the importance of this. Why does, and speech is really important, like communication. Like at times, even like nowadays, I think it's even worse on through these chats and messengers and stuff. Like, you feel, I didn't mean to say this, right? Like I wasn't even close to where what was said, and that something gets communicated, and there's a lot of energy exchange there, right? Lot of emotions and like kuda ya kichad, like, how important this communication is, or we make it to be. And yeah, if we could just talk a bit on this. Thanks.
We all have suffered in our relationships owing to the speech coming from our egos. We all have tasted that. We don't need to elaborate upon that. Wherever we speak and act from a place that is hurt, because it's only ego that is hurt, an image that is hurt, we know that what chaos and what confusion and what almost like poison it kind of fills in our relationships. So we don't need to go there. We have tasted that poison, all of us. So when it says aisi bani boliye man ka apa khoye, so it's saying that first what you have to lose is the apa of the mind. Main, my story, my image, my identity. Who, me, you're talking to me, that arrogance, that pride. And even when not an arrogance or pride, me, the victim. So any image that I have about myself, if I'm speaking out from that image, if I am a servant of that image, that will always enter more poison into relationships. That will always pollute relationships, and we have a very, very good taste of it. There is no one here who is in their 20s, 30s, 40s who does not have that taste. We all have tasted that emotional mixture, where it's coming from the ego and it just spoils and spoils and spoils and spoils, our relationships. So Kabir is requesting almost, to those who are ready to listen, ऐसी बानी बोलिए मन का आपा खोए. So first you have to lose that image, not to be a servant of that image who you think yourself to be. The apa has to be lost first. Me has to first completely be let go of. and it is only let go of in understanding. I cannot say now I have let go of the ego. It is not possible. It's only that in when understanding rises up in the being, ego by itself shatters away. So in that moment in which I am speaking from the truth of my being and not from an image, that is the word that should be spoken out. And Mother and Sri Aurobindo, have shared a lot on speech. That day, I think I shared once a big paragraph from Friday Study Circle also, the importance of speech. And Mother says that what is more important is to speak. मौन व्रत लेना बड़ा आसान है कि अब तो मैं बोलूंगा ही नहीं, क्योंकि मुझे लगता है मैं जगह जगह ठोकर मारता रहता हूँ, कभी इसको दुख पहुंचाता हूँ, कभी उसको, तो मैं बोलूंगा ही नहीं. That is very easy. Mother says what is even more difficult and what is required here on this planet is to speak, but to speak with truth, to speak words of truth, those which are coming from the truth of our being. And we all know how difficult that can be, in our situations. Many a time in relationships, we do falter, we make mistakes, we are coming out of a hurt or an ego or, a misunderstanding. So in those moments, can I take a step back and dive into the being, and only when I am ready, I say something out. Because in that, I don't hurt myself and also don't hurt the other person. Because otherwise this, pelting stones on each other is a game we all know, that happens with each other, in our relationships. Now, such a word which is coming from the depth of the being, which is coming from the truth of the being and not out of ego, will be having a cooling effect on the outer person, the external person, and on yourself. Why it would have a cooling effect? Just like sun has an illuminating effect. Why? Because it is the nature of the sun to illumine. It is the nature of water to be cold or to be, soothing. It is the nature of haldi to be yellow. Just like that, it is nature of our truth to be calming and soothing in nature. So that's really beautiful, that only when the words are coming out of truth and clarity and a compassionate place within the being, which cannot be the ego, only then they will have the cooling effect, a kind of a mellowing down effect on the other person and also on your own self. And you will know that this was the right word to be spoken. So that is what is my understanding. And this is one of my favorites, both of them. I think Mangan Maran Saman, I have also shared once on YouTube, if I'm not wrong. Aisi Bani Boli also, I think a long time ago I had shared on Doha group. Yeah, so really very important and relevant for our day-to-day lives. So this is what I understand at the moment. If there is any
Manka Appa, you took it as, you were saying like images is what it is, right?
Manka
I have
Appa
made
is
myself.
me and myself, the ego, the images about myself.
So I should be speaking those things which help me give up those things, right?
Break those images. Yes, come out of those images.
Thank you.
आई थिंक इसके साथ ही अगर आप देखो ना तो निंदक नियरे राखिए, दैट गोज एग्जैक्टली विद दिस, बिकॉज दैट a person who is criticizing you or trying to investigate what you are saying, etc etc, निंदक नियरे राखिए आंगन कुटी छिवाए, बिन पानी साबुन बिना निर्मल करे सुहाए. So it's exactly the same thing, that a person or all the people who are around us, who are hitting on our boundaries again and again, it's very good to have those persons in our life, because they don't let us stay in our images. And that is almost, one feels grateful कि thank God, भला हुआ जो मेरी गगरी फूटी, मैं पनिया भरन से छूटी. Now I need not carry this baggage कि I have to preserve my image and hold on to my identity or image or things about myself, because I am fluid, I am dynamic. Sometimes I'm kind, sometimes I'm unkind. So I don't need to hold on to any image about myself.
So in the last one you just shared, भला हुआ मेरी गगरी फूटी, तो उसमें again the gagri is the limitations that I take myself to be.
Yes,
This is how much water I can get, and this is what I am. And
yes,
once it break, I am expanded.
exactly. पहले मैं क्या करती थी, गगरी लेके पानी भरने जाती थी. अब क्या हुआ, गगरी फूट गई. So it's almost a dissolution of oneself in the water. Because all there is a divine manifestation. So if I keep myself in limits, I have to keep on taking care of those limits, right? We keep on defending our limits. That's what we do all our life. अभी ये लिमिट बना ली, अब इसको डिफेंड करना है. अब ये इमेज बना ली, अब इसको डिफेंड करना है. How dare you say something like that to me, and etc etc. So now when the boundary is not there, when I'm not concerned about the boundary, it's actually my dissolution in my knowing that I am that vastness. I am that source from which I used to take water and try to fill it and take care of it. So I am actually dissolving, the identity is dissolving in the source. So that's what you were saying, expansion or a wideness or a vastness of the being, that you are so fluid now that you don't need to define yourself, your boundaries at all. Yeah.
कबीर जी दोहास always have a lot of symbolism ना, and practically वो उठाते हैं. तो जैसे अगर आप, again I feel funny asking it, but जैसे आप you are in a गांव and you have to have a pot to obviously go and fill water so that you can drink water the whole day. तो इसमें अगर practically टूट गई, so now how is that वो कि then I'm free to not go get water, then how will you drink, then you what is the thing that
Well, see, you are not left to drink. All that is there is the source itself. पहले क्या था, एक इंसान था जो प्यासा था, तो वो भरने के लिए जाता था. First, a sense of incompletion was there, only then I go to complete myself. Now when the sense of incompletion itself vanishes, who is there who would like to drink water? All there is left is water.
So I think then it's again very similar to Mangan Maran Saman हो गया ना,
Exactly.
कि I am incomplete and water will complete me.
बिल्कुल, बिल्कुल. So it's the ending of that thirst and knowing myself in identity who I am truly, and that only can be done in experiences in time, because more and more I become capable of knowing who I truly am. It's like जितना ज्यादा इस पथ पे चलते हैं, उतना ज्यादा और खुलता जाता है और खुलता जाता है और खुलता जाता है. So this is what, जैसे रवि जी बता रहे थे कि we can only be on this path, that is enough.
जैसे this भला हुआ मेरी गगरी फूटी, I've often heard it like it's like मेरी responsibilities खत्म हुई तो I feel lighter, like that's how it's mostly interpreted, but like this is an amazing.
That too, because images are very much tied with responsibilities. Me and my responsibility. Now when I understand my truth more and more, I will see that yes, I still can do stuff, whatever is required, but I am not the doer. So I can very well relax also. I don't have to put all the burden of Paramatma on my shoulder, that I am the one who is doing. अगर मैं नहीं हूं तो क्या होगा? मेरी absence में कौन ध्यान रखेगा? So this is all what we put on our shoulders.
Yeah, so responsibility is one of the parts of those things, but like the whole thing, like the sense of incompletion is like the bigger,
Yeah.
like what to, yeah.
So I also have a few duhas. If there is anything, please keep sharing. Mm. Yeah. So I wanted to reflect upon this today together, if you allow. आंधी आई ज्ञान की, ढाई भरम की भीति, माया टाटी उड़ गई, लागी राम सो प्रीति. So just literal translation was that when the light of knowing, when the light of knowledge, when the light of clear seeing falls on doubt, bharam, illusion. So how do we take care of the illusion? We see the illusion, we go close to the illusion, right? The illusion of me being a separate person, a limited person, a one who is unworthy, all these limiting beliefs that we have about ourselves. So how do we get rid of those beliefs, or how do we see the truth behind those beliefs? We go close to those beliefs, we question them, we investigate them. आंधी आई ज्ञान की, ढाई भरम की भीति, the wall of ignorance, the wall of illusion. है तो illusion, but it looked like a wall, it looked really thick and heavy. ढाई भरम की भीति, कैसे ढाई? By clear seeing, by going close to each and every movement of life. Maya tati ud gayi, it was a cloak, it was like a cloak. Tati is like, this tarpaulin जैसे लगाते हैं ना, like a tent or a cover, it's like a cloak that is covering. Maya tati ud gayi, lagi so ram se preeti. So this was really very beautiful. It's almost like, the metaphor that we often use, that the blue sky of our truth shines when it's clearly seen the dark clouds of confusion. When you go close and close and close to each and every confusion of your life, you see that those dark clouds kind of scatter away, and all that shines is the truth, the essence, the stillness, the calm, the strength inherent in our true nature. And how do we make it possible? How do we realize it, go close to it? We just are ready to look at each and every detail of our life. We are ready to question each and every detail of our life, so-called emotions, so-called feelings, relationships we take for granted, all these things. Looking at anger, fear, just like we are going to look at guilt on Wednesday, looking at these things which we have taken for granted, ki haan, guilt to honi thi, ye tune ye kiya tha, guilt to honi thi. We don't question, we don't go deeper. So once with the light of knowing, with the light of understanding, we go closer, then the illusion cannot be there. Illusion is a bhram. A bhram is that which appears to be, but which is not. Just like a mirage appears to be, but is not. So how do we resolve a mirage? By going closer to it. We see that it is not even there. So I need not worry about the water and what will happen if I go over the water, because the mirage is a mirage. The water is not real. So this is how all the illusions about ignorance are dispelled, by going closer and closer and meeting life each moment of our day, day or night, or our day-to-day life. When the storm of knowledge comes, the wall of, look at this, the wall of doubt, and doubt is also illusion. Bharam is an illusion that separates me from my truth. The wall of doubts tumble down. The curtain of illusion, like a curtain, it is just a curtain of illusion blown off when one got the love of Ram. And what do you mean by the love of Ram? That is the love to want to know the truth behind everything, not to settle down with any second-hand beliefs or concepts. To know for yourself, is that true? Is that true? So that light with which we see our life, that is love of Ram, that light, that yes, I want to know. Yes, I'm curious what is there. I want to know and go close to the truth behind every curtain, like just taking away all the curtains and just delving into the depths of the being. So curtain after curtains are shed, curtains after curtains are shed. And that is what we were saying, that more and more of truth is revealed to us. So truth is anyway there, but we are not able to see it clearly owing to the curtains of illusions, the thoughts that come and cloud our, knowing. And true understanding can happen only when the mind in that moment, the thoughts in that moment are absent. Actually, that is what true understanding is. In true understanding, thought is absent. We touch a space which is beyond thought. Direct knowledge, direct perception. And then thought comes up again and it formulates in its own way, distorted way, what truth had been touched in our understanding. So anything, if you have anything to elaborate on this, yeah.
There's something I just read, like if you read it the other way around also, then also it's true. Like it's both ways true, right? Like here it's about Gyan will take you to love. And from there it's like if you get into, I think वो भक्ति मार्ग या ज्ञान मार्ग का वो हो गया कि if you fall in love, then also it would be equally true that the है ना माया का वो that will dissolve and the ignorance will go and the ज्ञान will come in.
बिल्कुल.
कोई टर्म होता है इसका मुझे याद नहीं आ रहा.
I think Mother and Sri Aurobindo at one point, I was just doing some transcripts earlier. So they say that all these marg, bhakti marg, karma marg, the path of Gyan Yoga, they are all connected with each other. Because without knowledge, bhakti will be andhi. Without Gyan, bhakti will be blind. It will be just blind faith. So they are all interconnected at some or the other level. Bhakti marg, Gyan marg, and Karma Yoga, they're all interconnected. But yes, in the beginning, one appears to take one path, but then they are kind of intermingled with each other. So in the meantime, I'll just take this another one. कबीर दुनिया से दोस्ती होए भक्ति में बंग, एका एकी राम सो के साधु के संग. So Kabir is saying that if you just spend a lot of time in frivolities, in me and my relationships, and we know that there are many places we spend our time which we actually don't want to, right? कबीर दुनिया से दोस्ती होए भक्ति में भंग, एका एकी राम से कै साधुन के संग. So Kabir is suggesting, so either be in your alonenesses, in your silences, in the depths of the being, eka eki ram se, in your own truth, drenched, immersed in your own truth, or you spend time with people who are on this path. Ke sadhun ke sang, those who are sadhaks, who are ready to listen, who are ready to understand, who are ready to delve deeper. So either spend your time in the depths of your heart, in your depths of your being, your own truth, understanding your own movements, or spend time with those who are on the path. Else, Kabir says that the other kind of friendship, with the shallow kind of experiences we usually, we just do for the sake of formality, all that we do in the world, dunyadari nibhani ke liye, right? So that is a bhang in bhakti, Kabir says. Don't do that. Don't fall into frivolities of life. And I would like to also say that even when we find ourselves in a situation where we don't want to be, I think a sadhak has so much of capacity, because the attitudes has changed towards life, that even that situation in which now he has to be for some time can be changed into an exploration. So that can become a learning experience for a person who has a proper attitude towards life and learning. Just like, what happens with Sri Aurobindo lands up in jail, and now he obviously does not want to be in jail, but he is in the jail. And that experience itself, he transformed that experience into something else. So even when we have those experiences, those situations where we may not want to be, those can be turned around if we have the right attitude.
This, I've noticed it for the first time, and I could be totally wrong, but this word, sadhun, it's so beautiful, like same dhun, like the divine melody. So the one who's speaking or is in the same melody is a sad. Sa means same, na?
That's very interesting. I have actually never focused on this interpretation that you are sharing, but it's very interesting. Yes. Yeah. Yes. So keep sharing, and in absence of comments, I'll just take another couplets. कबीर माया मोहिनी जैसे मीठी खार, सदगुरु की कृपा भई नाटेर करती भार. कबीर कहते हैं समस्त माया और भ्रम चीनी की मिठास की तरह आकर्षक होता है. प्रभु की कृपा है कि उसने मुझे बर्बाद होने से बचा लिया. Kabir says illusions are attractive like sweet sugar. They are addictive like sweet sugar. And I am blessed by the God, otherwise it would have ruined me. So any reflections, if you guys have beforehand, any reflections on this couplet? What would it mean by illusion, Maya, here in this couplet? What could be the Maya or the attraction? Why do we go out in the world at all? What attracts?
I think again, what's coming to me is the same thing that we started with. Like, because I feel I'm incomplete and all I'm looking for is completion, and I try each and everything, or sometimes one thing 200 times, that ये मुझे पूरा करेगी. तो उसका attraction इतना बड़ा है पूरा होने का. Like, a kid especially, जितनी चीनी की तरफ, I don't know, like my kid is so attracted towards चीनी की पूरा डब्बा ही खा जाए if given, and I'm exaggerating, but yeah, so just that's what.
Totally, yes, totally. This sense of being a limited person, sense of lacking something, this rules our life, this governs our life. And whenever an action is taken from this space, that lands us in the cycle of karma, cause and effect, cause and effect, cause and effect, cause and effect. And forever I find myself in this loop of trying to fulfill myself but not reaching anywhere. And why we don't reach anywhere in that vicious loop of finding out and fulfilling ourselves? Because the very belief that I am incomplete is a farce. And that is why that cup never gets fulfilled, because it was never from the beginning an empty cup. It was never from a beginning an empty cup. I had, throughout the whole life, I had been ignoring that who I am is fulfilled, complete onto itself. And now there is another way I can go into the world. Now this way is sharing of my joy. This way is sharing of my fulfillment. And through those sharings, I have relationships, even kids or all the connections, walking, talking, all that can happen out of this sense of expression of my being. That is another kind of a sharing. But how we usually live our life, or most part of our life, is that I am incomplete. If this happens, I will be complete. And that never happens. Marriage happens, I still again feel ill-fulfilled. I see, okay, let's have kids. Maybe that makes it better. Kids happen, still after some time that unfulfillment rises up in the being. Okay, चलो बहुत देर से पढ़ाई छोड़ी हुई है, पढ़ाई कर लेते हैं. We have another degree. Even after that, some other unfulfillment crops up in the being. So we see that there is no end to feeling incomplete. So can I now turn within and look at where is this feeling of incompletion arising from? What is the truth of it? That is what clear seeing does. It dispels the curtain of incompletion. It tells me that the incompletion I was feeling was just a story in my head. There was nothing, there was no reality to that story. And hence I need not run helter-skelter in order to fulfill myself, in order to complete myself. And that really relaxes oneself, that really relaxes our being. And now from this relaxation, when I do any task, even the same task, same duties, same responsibilities, same relationships, they will have a different quality. They will have a different quality because I will not be acting out that this will give me something. This can take away something. I'll be so surely centered in my own truth that nothing can give me something. Nothing can take away anything from me. So what is the fear? What is the fear? Now I can either lose in the world or gain in the world. Nothing will able to, kind of sway me away from my, real roots. So this is the attraction of fulfilling myself. कुछ है जो मुझे भर देगा. Kabir Maya Mohini. This is the illusion of being an incomplete entity. और तभी हम हर जगह अपनी नाक रगड़ रगड़ के दीवारों पे सिर मार मार के only then we learn that yes, there is nothing I'm going to gain out of that. If had it, was it supposed to happen, it would have happened now, by now, so many years it would have happened. It hasn't happened, so I'm looking at a wrong place. Sadguru ki kripa bhai. Sadguru is anyone on this path, guru on this path, mentors, masters on this path, who turn our attention within, who tell us that there is nothing incomplete in you. You don't have to ragdo your naak over here or there. Live from that strength within yourself. Live that you are forever complete. How would you live in life if there was nothing incomplete within you? What kind of a profession will you choose if there is nothing that can fulfill you in life? Would you still be in that relationship? Would you still be in that job? So now things will change, now transformation will happen. Now even the external situations, actions will kind of align themselves in alignment with that truth that I have found within. Yeah. And they are only attractive to that one who has bought into the belief that I am incomplete. Illusions kiske liye attractive ho sakta hai? Who knows that I am incomplete and this will fulfill me. This has a promise of fulfill me. The one who is more and more getting to know that nothing can fulfill me will not fall a trap into that illusion. So illusions will slowly lose grip over that person. They will not be able to attract the person for the very same reason where the person got attracted few years ago. Now it will not have the same effect. The grip will not be there.
This is also reminding me of last week's prayer, the mother's prayer, when she spoke about ignorance, right? Like it's basically ignorance is the thing. So I've been blessed that I have been able to actually see ignorance as ignorance or illusion as illusion.
बिल्कुल
Because you know how they say कि even अगर 0.01% भी उम्मीद है कि यहाँ से मिलेगा, you can't turn away.
बिल्कुल totally.
And ruined word is also quite beautiful, right? Like it's not it would have hurt me, it would have pained me, it would have ruined me, like
Ruined.
khatam.
Yeah. You know, also after almost, it's almost, it's not the end of the path, it's almost the beginning of a new life. You know, when I begin to know where layers and layers of ignorance are now being shed, and I see more clearly, more clearly, more clearly each moment, it's almost the beginning of a new life. You know, so as Mother and Sri Aurobindo also share that nirvana, or knowing your own truth, is the beginning of integral yoga. It's not the end of the path, because that only then we have these qualities of kindness, compassion, which are inherent in our nature, which are the qualities of our nature, if I can call it a quality. It's like it's the nature of my own being. Kindness, compassion, friendship, you know, all this feeling one with each other, these cannot be nurtured, these qualities cannot be nurtured. They can only be touched within myself, and then they kind of come out and spill themselves out in manifestation. And that is what, when we talk about life divine, you know, Sri Aurobindo talks about life divine on earth. So it will become a possibility when more and more of us will begin to act out this truth that we are now knowing for ourselves. So our relationships will change. They will not be based on falsehood. They will not be based on you complete me, I complete you. My work will not be based on it will give me something. My work will be a act or an expression of my own being. And this is what we are kind of, you know, collectively moving towards life divine.
The meaning of the word bhai, nater, and what is it like? Kripa bhai, bhai matlab hui.
कृपा भई, हाँ भई.
And nater karti bhar.
नाटेर करती भार, just a second. नाटेर exactly I'll have to check.
Must be barbad only, ruin maybe.
नाटेर करती भार, हाँ वही हुआ शायद.
Bhar means
भार मतलब ज्यादा,
ज़्यादा.
ज्यादा रुइन, मतलब किस, मतलब इकट्ठा जैसे कोलैप्स कर दिया, लाइक नाटेर करती भार की बहुत ज्यादा खराब करती. रुइन वुड बी बहुत ज्यादा
Means
खराब.
my Mohini is attractive, na?
मोहिनी is attractive, yes. That which pulls you.
Yeah, you know how of course they like when they uh, kind of give the visualizations or picturizations of स्वर्ग, जब अप्सराओं वगैरह की बात होती है तो उनके भी ऐसे ही नाम होते हैं ना, मोहिनी एंड
Yes.
it's surprising how for a lot of us that is the ultimate, right? कि मैं स्वर्ग लोग जाऊं या कुछ, but जो उसकी जो images हैं वैसे कि शराब या आई डोंट नो जो भी कौन सा रस और ये वो मतलब it's सोमरस.
Yeah.
It seems quite sad to have that as your है
Yeah.
ना ultimate thing.
क्या आंटी बैठी है क्या साथ में? अंकल है, आंटी है?
आंटी
Yeah, so anything else? Acha, Aditi has joined just now. Okay.
Hi, Monica. Sorry, I could not join earlier, but I hope I can be here for some time.
Yeah.
Now.
I was reflecting on one doha today, another one that I reminded myself of. This one, मन के मते न चालिए, मन के मते अनेक, जो मन पर असवार है वो साधु कोई एक. So Kabir says, usually we are just a follower of our minds, कि मेरा मन नहीं कर रहा. Many a times for these sessions, for example, it's hard to stay on the path. And many a times I talk to my friends or who are on the group and all that, and they say कि मैं session पे इसलिए नहीं आई क्योंकि ना मेरा मन नहीं कर रहा था. And yesterday also I was talking to some other person, who was sharing his problems at the moment, and he said कि मन नहीं करता है, मन नहीं करता है. And he was one of the people who says I've been in touch with Kabir. तो मैंने कहा तुझे तो पता है कि कबीर क्या कहते हैं. कबीर क्या कहते हैं कि मन को ऐसा मारिए कि मन टुकड़ा टुकड़ा हो जाए, क्योंकि मन तो तुम्हें कभी सीधी जगह पे बैठने नहीं देगा. मन तो इधर उधर दौड़ाएगा, मन का काम है दौड़ाना. और तुम क्या कर रहे हो, तुम मन के पीछे पीछे दौड़ रहे हो. तो मन को अगर it's almost like once you know where you get the taste of truth, what helps you to see clearly, you should not even for a second time look at what the mind is saying. It's like, because the habit of mind is old, mind has been used to running here and there, so it will not be able to really settle down easily with one particular thing or the other thing. But once you know in your being that yes, this brings me clarity, this brings me more closer to my own being, do not listen to your mind. Kabir says, again reiterating the doha again, couplet again, मन के मते न चालिए, मन के मते अनेक. मन तो कभी ये कहेगा कभी वो कहेगा, कहता ही है. वी ऑल हैव टेस्टेड दैट. मन के मते न चालिए, मन के मते अनेक, जो मन पर असवार है, द वन हु इज राइडिंग द माइंड, वो साधु कोई एक. So this is, I think I feel more and more for my own self also that, many a times you don't feel like doing a session or, maybe reading something full of clarity or, bringing you light or whatever, but you do it because you know that this is where you touch the deepest most spaces in yourself. You know that this brings you more and more clarity. So why on earth will I not listen to it? It's almost like, एक था ना उसमें some movie I guess कि एक बार मैंने ठान ली तो मैं अपनी भी नहीं सुनता. Almost that kind of a spirit has to be there on this path, that if I know that this has to be done, I will not have to hear even for a second time that this I should sit for it क्योंकि मन कह रहा है या नहीं कह रहा है तो चलो नहीं बैठते आज. Because once we get into this pattern of not doing something which brings us light, it's almost the older pattern taking over, and more confusion. And after a month, I'm landing in more and more trap and confusion. And now one has to again begin from scratch. So this has to be, I felt that, and that is why Kabir also says that a warrior needs to be there on this path, because it's not easy. कि मन नहीं कर रहा फिर भी जाके बैठ गए, मन नहीं कर रहा फिर भी, क्यों मन तो करेगा नहीं, क्योंकि mind will want to perpetuate itself. And how does it perpetuate itself? By not looking at itself. An illusion perpetuates itself by not letting itself revealed. A mirage can perpetuate itself by not getting in touch with light of clarity and understanding. So the mind will never want कि हाँ मुझे तो यहीं जाना है, क्योंकि वहां पे तो माइंड का सत्यानाश हो जाता है ना. माइंड तो वहां पे टुकड़े टुकड़े हो जाता है. All that is left is truth. So I was feeling that even, and I've even convinced so many friends, I keep on requesting that even when man nahi kar raha hai, just put the earphones on and come to whatever appeals to you, whatever brings clarity and peace and stillness. Because in the beginning, I think it is very important for us to kind of keep on dipping ourselves in these spaces or places or words, because we know that they are bringing clarity. They do bring clarity. They ask us to reflect on our own life. So this almost becomes very urgent to each one of us then. And on these lines, Kabir also says this, कबीर ये मन लालची समझे नहीं गवार, भजन करने को आलसी खाने को तैयार. So Kabir says कि जहां भोग है, जहां कंज्यूमरिज्म है कि खा लो बस खत्म कर लो, कुछ खाने का एंटरटेनमेंट खा लो या कुछ भोग कर लो, वहां मन तैयार रहेगा, क्योंकि वहां मन को मरना नहीं पड़ेगा. वहां माइंड इज एबल टू परपेचुएट इटसेल्फ कि हाँ मैं भूखा हूं मुझे भरो, वहां बिल्कुल ठीक है. बट जहां अपनी भूख की तरफ उसको देखना पड़ता है कि ये भूख आ कहां से रही है, वहां देयर इज डिस्कम्फर्ट व्हिच वी हैव टू फेस. सो yeah, if there is anything, please share.
Yeah, actually, this reminds me. Once I was in a small town in Punjab, and वहाँ पे कोई जैसे what is it जागरण होना था बहुत बड़ा, तो उसमें ना they had that कि रिक्शा के ऊपर वो जो भोंपू टाइप होता है, that लाउड स्पीकर लेके somebody was sitting and they were saying कि आज ये विशाल जागरण है, ये एक सेंटेंस था और उसके बाद 20 सेंटेंसेस थे और खाने में चने भटूरे कोफ्ता कड़ी ऐसे करके, एंड इट वाज लाइक शॉकिंग कि क्यों बोल रहे हैं, क्या बोल रहे हैं. एंड देन दे सेड कि पंजाब है, वहां पे फूड व्हाट, बट दैट्स लाइक व्हाट आई थिंक अगेन कबीर जी वाज सेइंग ऑन दैट, एंड दैट इज ट्रू, दैट अट्रैक्ट्स अस कि दिल नहीं कर रहा, चाहे जो भी मीन्स यूज करने पड़े, just get them there, right? कि अगर maybe 10,000 come, maybe one would actually listen, and that's perfect. Like that is great too. But it was really funny to see how they were trying to have fun.
Yeah.
And इसमें भी it's like so odd that how मन नहीं कर रहा और I don't know, I kind of और वही करना है और उसी से ही आगे जाना है, मतलब काइंड ना कि मन की शांति के लिए करना है, बट मन नहीं करता है तो उसको बोलना है तो चुप कर, जिससे वो कर
Exactly.
सके. हाउ
Yeah.
it's like I think it's आचार्य प्रशांत who says कि मुझे तुमको बचाने के लिए तुम ही से लड़ना पड़ता है.
Yeah.
Like a firefighter will have to fight you to get you out of the fire. That is the truth of अध्यात्म और a guru कि तुम अपने ही दुश्मन की तरह खड़े हो जाते हो, and I have to fight you to rescue you.
Yeah. And it's also coming from our conditioning. The mind has not been conditioned so far to have a taste of truth. So it's almost like getting now into a new habit of immersion in truth in silence, and that is why it takes so much of time, because old habits die really hard. So a mind who has been used to abuse, a mind which has lived in an abusive situation, and by abuse I mean the abuse of thought that we do daily in our life. It takes time for the mind to now get a new taste of truth, silence, and clarity. And slowly the mind begins to love that. Slowly, it's just a matter of time that from there, now I don't want to go there. I just want to immerse myself more and more, get drenched more in truth rather than absurdity and all kind of stuff. Just a matter of time.
Monica, I wanted to share something. I've been attending these sessions for I think over 2 months now, and I've also gone and heard a lot of your recordings, previous recordings, and all of that. And I'm finding a lot of meaning and comfort in these discussions. So much so that मतलब मैं 3-4 दिन के बाद ना मिस करने लगती हूँ कि मतलब मुझे सुनना है तो मैं जाकर के ना रिकॉर्डिंग थोड़ी सी सुन लेती हूँ and all of that. But the point is that so I just want your both Taru and your suggestion that like I'm getting little dependent on it, but I want to, and again we say that, right, कि dependent नहीं होना है, तो ये आप मुझे थोड़ा बताओगे कि मतलब like I start missing these discussions, right? तो जब तक ये सुन रही हूँ, participate कर रही हूँ, तो how do we regulate that part of it?
Yeah, I think I've been reflecting on this actually. I think some other person was also hitting at the same point, and I have myself been wondering that in the beginning, आप सोचो ना टांग टूट गई हो. So when the tongue is broken, the leg is broken, in the beginning you have to give it crutches, right? You cannot walk without crutches. But those crutches, which now are your handicap, are going to later on give you the strength so that the tongue can walk by itself. Are you with me?
Yeah, I'm with you. So
Those addictions, those handicaps, it may be spiritual handicaps for some time, which actually are making you capable. Only you would know. I cannot tell you that, right? Which are making you capable in your own clarity and truth and understanding. Slowly होता क्या है, वो अपने आप को आपसे वो दूर कर देते हैं. In the sense, you are using them for some time, but slowly they are making you rise up for your own self, become capable, and then the handicap is not required. But then there are other handicaps also, which make you forever dependent on your on themselves. For example, addictions ले लो आप, है ना? If I fall into an addiction, it can be addiction of a person or a drug or a substance or anything, right? Those addictions will make me dependent on themselves forever. They will not give me strength. But those addictions which for the time being are needed because the leg is broken and you need strength, once they raise up raise up enough strength in you, they will actually not be needed. You can just kind of put them away. So now this is the right understanding which addiction to have और which addiction not to have. और अगर अभी आपको लग रहा है कि आपके पास addiction नहीं है, we are all addicted to our thoughts. So we are at no moment of time not addicted to anything. We are addicted to our thought and patterns of behavior. And if I now want to get rid of them, rise above them, I need the support of anything. It could be anything, not these sessions. It could be just anything on earth, which is making you more, kind of powerful and get in touch with your own strength. After some time, that addiction will not be required. So that is my take on it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, sure.
Monica, your reply reminded me of, a discourse I had heard. It was about the necessity of a guru in one's life. Somebody had asked a guru, okay, why are you needed? Okay, when everything is within me. So, and he was like, कि बिल्कुल जरूरत नहीं है, but तब जरूरत नहीं है जब तुम्हें और किसी की जरूरत नहीं है. कि जब तक you need saharas, you need the sahara of guru the most. But the day when you reach that space where you need nobody, then definitely just, check me out. And similarly, I think that in the same thing, they were like, on your books, you put a picture of yourself. Why is that needed? So again, he had replied that, because you need pictures and I don't. So the day when you would not need these attractive, photographs and stuff, you would not need anything. Just, say the title of the Upanishad or the Veda, when they'll start attracting you, you would not. So it's just like kind of that pulling thing and making you stand on your feet. Like say, when you say again, the example that you use was beautiful, when you break your leg, you cannot not use them. You will have to use them because they would help you in developing the strength back, you will need to walk again. So they're just teaching you to walk again. And once, obviously, when you can walk on your own, why would you need any crutches? Like है तो एक outside entity, but uske bina, I mean, you need it for a certain period of time to get somewhere, and when you are there.
Yeah. And this is what, Aditi, each one of us will be able to know from within which addiction is giving me strength and which addiction is taking strength away from me. Because if I now get addicted to either Netflix series or a friend, or it could be just drug or substance abuse or alcohol, you will see that that kind of addiction makes me more and more dependent on it and makes me weaker. It does not give me strength. But the addiction of a guru or words of light and wisdom or these sharings, they actually make us more and more capable, and in some time you will see that you will not be requiring the handicap of the session, but some or the other handicap will be required, as long as the layers of ignorance are there in us. We all need them in some or the other form. और ये मुझे याद दिला रहा है that I read somewhere long ago that the difference between words of light and the difference between confusion and words of really chaos, and the difference is that the words of light come to you, do their magic in you, and disappear. They don't leave a trace, they just do the magic in you. While the words which are full of chaos and darkness, they come and they stick to you. They become they become a burden on you. And this is how we differentiate between a thought which is giving clarity and a thought which is making my shoulders heavy with burden, or the words which are making my shoulders heavy with burden. So good words, the words of light and wisdom, they do their magic and they disappear themselves. And that is how you would know that what kind of a handicap of addiction is needed right now. If it is doing its work and disappearing, it is not asking you to have me, have me, have me. Only then you will be like cannabis or anything, that whenever I am under the effect of cannabis, I feel really wonderful. But when the effect of cannabis is withdrawn, I feel even weaker. So that is your own check. That is your own check.
Sure, thank you.
Yeah. Yes. So shall we call it a day then? I think we have discussed enough couplets today. Yeah, I think we can. If there is anything, just share.
Even Aradhana ji is not here, who requests you to sing for good time to end.
Yeah. Yeah. ठीक है. चलो. Thank you everyone for joining.
Thank you.
Thank you, Aditi. Thank you, Ravi ji.